And we are live! Welcome everyone! Today we are going to be casting a best of 11 between Nicov and St4rk. These games are recorded games, so they are not live. And we are going to jump into those right now. Actually, this is the first one. Let me see. There we go. Welcome to the first game of the best of 11 series. Of course, this is going to be played on Arabia. And right off the bat, we can see Nicov playing Franks, and St4rk is going to be playing Hans. Nicov on the southwest, St4rk in the northeast. Let's talk about the civilization. So St4rk getting Hans, he's going to get 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archers in Castle and Imperial Age. He is going to get more accurate trebuchets because that's a Han thing. And finally, they don't need to build houses. Speaking about houses, they are actually here. They don't need to build houses, but they start with less wood, 100 less wood as a matter of fact. Still going to be quite effective for going aggro, especially in Feudal and Castle Age. Quite common to see triple archery range, cavalry archer production. As for Nicov, who is going to be playing Franks, they get cheaper castles, more HP on their cavalry, faster. Actually, they get all the farm upgrades for free. And I think I'm probably missing something. I think the foragers work faster, right? Yeah, that is correct. So that's about it for them. Team bonus for Franks? Well, Knights +2 line of sight. Team bonus for Hans. Stables work 20% faster. So what do you think? Would you rather have a civ with bloodlines and with 20% faster working stables? Would you rather have a civ with faster foragers, free farm bonus, but not cheaper, but not faster producing stables? I don't know. I would probably in this case favor probably Franks. It's been quite tough for other civilizations to fight Franks once they get the reenactment out, which we have seen a lot recently. So yeah, you can go for Halberdier, for Pikemen and Halberdier to hopefully try and counter Knights, try and counter Cavalier, eventually Paladins, but the throwing axemen, they are just so hard to counter. So yeah, St4rk could potentially go for Cavalry Archers as well. That would be good versus throwing axemen. In large enough numbers, they can even deal with large armies of Knights. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait to see what they go for. Speaking about the map, Nicov is going to get the first and second gold very close to his base, or very close to his TC. The main stone is forward. The secondary stone is super forward as well. The third goal, on the other hand, where is it? Ah, it's very far away. For St4rk, on the other hand, he gets a back, sort of, a back secondary stone. The main stone, the main goal, and the secondary goal are forward. And actually the third goal is super forward as well, so the map generation over here, not very good for him. One good thing that he has going for him is the cliff though, and the woodlands here that he is going to be able to make use of if he wants to wall and be kind of safe. On the left hand, that's about the only open part that he really has to worry about. Nicov's map generation, on the other hand, we already talked about the resources. The wood generation here is not bad. He's gonna have plenty of choices, 3 wood lines. The right hand side is going to be kind of open though. So let's see. Hopefully this is going to be a good game, and hopefully this is going to be a great series. I'm actually quite hyped. Once again, these games are not live. They were played like 2-3 days ago. If you don't want to spoil yourself, don't go to Bo11 to check the results and just join us and get along for the ride. So Loon coming up for Nicov. That means that he's going to be pushing for fuel with 19 villagers. St4rk is going to go for Loon right now with 20 villagers. Is going to go up with a slightly stronger eco, or at least one more villager. For whatever that's worth. Remember that Franks, and I don't want to talk crap here. Yeah, the foragers work faster, so that is something. 25% faster times 4 foragers, that's worth 5 foragers, so it's almost like having 1 extra villager here. Almost. So yeah, it's not going to be a huge difference. Stark is scouting this area, and he has a good idea of where Nicov is already. Nicov, on the other hand, is just finding Stark right now. He's going to find the villager. Is he gonna try and kill it? Nope. He's gonna let the villager wall this. And look at that, Stark's making use of the gold to go for the walls. Potential walls for him. He could potentially just use a straight line of palisades here towards the TC. He can do the same here in the north. They disengaged. Yeah, there is no way that Stark is going to be winning that. Remember, the Franks get 20% more HP on their cavalry, and we have the first player already in feudal. And if we go here, we're gonna see the stables coming up as expected. Farms coming down as well. Stark's kind of idling the TC a little bit, but the stable should be going up with 3 villagers. This is interesting. I have not seen a lot of times that they do this. They know they are behind, so they go for extra villagers to try and get this up as fast as possible. He's not going to go for the walls towards the TC, instead he's going to go for the full walls. Interesting. He's already fully walled over here. This is about the only open part that he has left. This is going to be closed super soon. So yeah, I would probably add a gate over there, but he's going to be fine. That's 2 scouts already, 2 spearmen. For Nicov, on the other hand, he has 1 scout here. He had the original one somewhere. Wait a moment. Okay, so there we go. That is 3 in total. It's going to be 1 more than Stark right now. He doesn't really seem to be going for spearmen though. It seems like Stark's probably expecting Nicov to be a little bit more aggressive than he is actually being right now. Oh, there we go. He's going to go forward with it. Oh, the spearman. That's going to be 1 scout down for Nicov. And that's the one that he had extra. So it's going to be 3 versus 3 right now. Soon 4v4. There you go. So that's the 4th for Stark. For Nicov, sorry. There's no 4th scout for Stark though. It seems he's gonna try to push for Castle Age instead. Alright, Stark's gonna rely on scouts and spearmen. There's a very good quick wall. And yeah, he should have the edge even though he doesn't have the HP. Nicov has 4 scouts with 54 as opposed to 3 with only 45 HP for Stark. In terms of upgrades, both scouts the same. No attack, no defense upgrade, but the spearmen make the difference, so that is why Nicov is not really engaging here. Probably with 1 extra scout and some good micro, he could potentially get rid of all the scouts from Stark. But I don't think that's the case. Anyway, also for anyone who is just joining now, exclamation mark raffle for a chance of winning 3 months of gold Bo11 premium. If that's something you're interested in, if you want to have more friend slots for your friends list, if you want to have more ignore slots for your ignore list, if you want to be able to host games from 1 to 10, I believe, 1 to 20, that are reserved for premium members. If you want to be able to get the cool colored name on the friend list of your friends, then exclamation mark raffle for 3 months of gold Bo11 premium. And if you're watching this on YouTube, this is an initiative that we are probably gonna keep doing. So if you have not visited Bo11's official's Twitch streams, make sure to do so, because you're also gonna have a chance to win 3 months of gold Bo11 premium, probably in the future. Anyway, Stark's aggression is gonna come to an end. Nicov's gonna be able to break through here. But it's close, it's close. But it's kind of cringy, I'm not really sure. So yeah, I found it quite weird that Stark was not sending a villager over to try and reinforce those walls. Turns out it was not open after all. That is super fun. Okay, second stable coming up. Nicov going up to Castle H as well. Music's probably a little bit too low. There we go. Let me know if it's too loud now. Hopefully that is not the case. Anyway, yeah, at this point the game is kind of stale. We have 3 extra villagers for Nicov actually. That is probably related to start going for wheelbarrow. He's gotta have wheelbarrow. Yeah, he does. And Nicov shouldn't, I think. No, he doesn't. Okay, so that's where the difference comes from. Anyway, that is still going to be 22 seconds faster uptime for Nicov, all things considered. Stark should probably have 1 extra villager than he has now, of course, not in comparison to Nicov. But anyway, Blue unable to do any damage. He's using these scouts for scouting purposes right now. Sending 1 around, trying to find the relics, probably trying to get a good look at what the map looks like. Nicov's gonna have to start repairing this barracks kind of soon, otherwise he's gonna have to rebuild it. I don't think he's gonna let it go down. Now in Castle H, probably Stark's... Oh, there we go. Stronger buildings. Now Stark's probably gonna have to go back. Yeah, he's not gonna be fast enough to take that down, and 2 stables are gonna start pumping knights now for Nicov. So, not a chance for Stark. Going for stone gates. Stone walls. He's going to go for triple archery range. Triple archery range cavalry archer production. Very nice. And yeah, I think that is exactly the right move. As good as Hans are, and getting more HP, you're not really going to be able to fight 1v1 Frank. Cavalier, Knights, Cavalier especially, are a lot stronger for Franks. Let's not even mention Paladin. So Cavalry Archer, Heavy Cavalry Archer, that are 20% cheaper in Imperial Age, are going to be quite good. These Spearmen are going to go down for sure. And let's see, Stark cannot really afford to go for extra TCs. I mean, to produce from extra TCs if he wants to focus on triple archery range production. He's going to add the second one. I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to produce from that one. Nicov, on the other hand, going for triple TCs right off the bat. Not going to stick to the knight production, so he's waiting to see what Stark's move is. And yeah, and these knights don't have any upgrades, so he's just kind of scouting right now. Going for wheelbarrow, that should allow Stark to equalize the number of villagers. Nicov should be getting equal. Yeah, but that is not the case. Yeah, okay. Triple TCs. He's gonna start pulling ahead in villager count. That is 11 cavalry archers, and he's going to go all in. He keeps on producing. He's going to go all in. Is he gonna go for double TC production? Okay, he can afford that. That is good. Of course, cavalry archers don't require food. That is enough. Gold miners, I'm not really sure if that's enough lumberjacks, but yeah, he's gonna be in a position to start adding more and more from the second TC. Still though, 2 TCs versus 3 TCs, that's already 10 extra villagers for Nicov. As of now, Stark's going to go for Bokinaro. These guys already have bloodlines as well. Siege Workshop with a mangonel inside. I think Stark should be able to take proper engagement here, but with that amount of knights, Nicov at this point already got Scale Barding Armor for the +1/+1. With Chain Barding Armor, that is going to be slightly more effective versus pierce damage. 3rd TC coming up for Stark. Interesting. Okay. And okay. So he's closing that hole before it becomes a real threat. Speaking of numbers, 23 military units for purple, only 16 for Nicov at this point, playing in blue. Still only 2 stables, not really producing from those. He's going to have 7 knights, 3 monks and 1 mangonel, producing the second mangonel. Gonna start losing a couple of villagers though. Nicov going for Sanctity, start going for heavy plow. Sanctity is going to make the monks a little bit stronger, so they should be able to tank a little bit more arrows in any effort to convert units. Still though, we have 20 cavalry archers over here for st4rk, which means that he should have around 7 extra military units somewhere else, and that is exactly the case. Nicov scouts shouldn't really be able to do anything. They are probably going to go down right here. Or at least they should. Yeah, they are. Disengagement though, not good for Nicov, so he's going to walk away. That is 22 cavalry archers now. Upgrades +2, so Bodkin arrow, bloodlines. Husbandry has been researched for both players already. The thing though, st4rk really needs to do damage because Nicov is pulling ahead in villager count. He has been going for triple TC villager production ever since he hit Castlage. If st4rk doesn't do anything now, that eco advantage is gonna start spiraling out of control, and then it's going to be super tough to fight Cavalier potentially in Imperial Age, and especially if your opponent is going to have stronger eco and going to be able to start pumping knights from more stables. It's going to be very hard for you to keep up with only cavalry archers. So yeah, st4rk going for ballistics. That is very important when trying to fight husbandry cavalry. But let's see. 3 TCs over there. Oh, and the attack round doesn't hit a single unit. That is 1 good hit. But that is 1 mangonel down as well. And the monks are really not going to be able to do a whole lot over here. Although he has 4, that's going to be fairly micro intensive. So st4rk only needs to worry about microing his cavalry archers. Nikov's going to have to position his knights, to position his mangonels and try to use the attack ground. He's going to have to position his monks if he wants to go for conversions. And at this point, st4rk has not really lost a lot of units. And he has a very nice KD of 11-4. So almost 3-1. There's going to be a disengage now. And let's see, so still 3 TCs for Nicov. Very compact base. Extremely much. That is already 28, 27 cavalry archers, the splits. And yeah, this is going to be a big engagement. I think Nicov has the potential to clean this up if he can land some good mangonel shots. But if he screws up the microing... Oh, st4rk's not really paying attention over there. If he screws up, then he's going to get cleaned up for sure. Especially now that st4rk's trying to camp the hill a little bit. That is a good attack round. I am not really sure about that engagement. I believe st4rk was not doing a good job. And he's taking more and more mangonel shots. He had 27. At this point, he only has 22. He has lost 5 cavalry archers. Just the bad engagements. And here, Nicov, I'm not really sure how many knights he had, but I think he probably lost like 1, probably 2 at most. But now the mangonel shot is good, even though it's uphill, so it's not going to be dealing as much damage. But Nikov's trying to close the gap now with the knights. 20 cavalry archers, 19. Oh, and st4rk's not taking a good trade here. This is very good for Nicov. st4rk's gonna have to run away. That is a good choice. 16 cavalry archers remaining out of 27. If you are going for less TCs and more military production, you really don't want to fall behind. Nicov is going to go up to Imperial Age as well. But let's see over here. st4rk's been splitting his army. He's gonna start getting some units. The villagers should have gone down with ballistics, but he changed directions at the last second. So you have 1 group of army here for st4rk. That army is not really going to do a whole lot. Those are not enough cavalry archers. However, over here, let's see, he's really trying to take a good engagement against the mangonels. There's going to be 1 mangonel down, 2 mangonels down, 1 cavalry archer converted. Over here, Stark's getting surrounded a little bit, but he's also trying to just squeeze his army into a small nuke over there. Anyway, Imperial Age has been reached for blue. Stark going out to Imperial Age himself with only 4 cavalry archers remaining. In the west, in the east, he has 9, but many of those are very low HP. And you can see Nikov's army count right now actually a lot higher than Stark's. Villager count though, getting quite even for both players, 93 to 90, 94 to 90 right now. So it is not too bad for Mr. Stark, who's gonna start switching into Halberdier. Cavalier coming up for Nicov as well. He's going to go for 1 castle. Because of Frank's cheap castles, he is most likely going to be able to go for 2, maybe 3 additional castles in the future very soon. Stark's going to have to do something here. He's not going to be able to just turtle indefinitely, as he is going to need to get access to this gold. Oh, there we go. Castle coming up now for Stark as well. So Nicov is going to go straight into Paladin. If we take a look at the current resources, 40 villagers on foot for both players. For both players. Stark was going for cavalry archers. He even went for 4 archery ranges, for 5 archery ranges. But he's not... I'm not really sure if he's going to commit to it. I'm not really sure if he's going to be going for heavy cavalry archer. It seems to me like that's probably the best choice at this point. But Paladin are super strong. Yes, Halberdier are going to be needed. You cannot really go with only ranged units versus Paladin, of course. But yeah, potentially now with the castle up from Nicov, he is going to start going eventually for throwing axemen, and that's going to be very tricky for Stark to fight against. This group of cavalry archers not getting upgraded yet. Chainmail armor for the +2/+2 pikeman upgrade coming up. It's going to be Halberdier after that. And for Huns, only chainmail armor. So it's not going to be plate mail armor for the +3/+4 that he probably would like to go for. Total amount of resources collected so far: 3k more food for Nicov, 3k more wood for Stark. About the same amount of stone, only 200 of difference, but 3.2k extra gold for Nicov. So that is where the extra eco starts paying off. He's had more villagers all game long, but he hasn't really had a lot more resources in the bank, and this is why he has been spending that. So let's see Paladin here, and hello Paterna. Welcome, welcome. 127 villagers for Nicov. Stonegate coming up for Stark. And he's going for an insane amount of pikemen. I didn't even realize about this. That is almost 40. That is almost a full army. Oh my god. Okay. So 19 cavalry archers. That castle is getting trapped down though. 2 trebuchets here. Another castle coming up for Nicov. Gonna bring the castle count up to 2. Conscription coming up. I think conscription is probably the only thing that he's gonna be able to get out of this castle. I'm not really sure. I was not really paying attention if he went for marauders or not. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna be going for Targans anytime soon. There is not really a reason for him to do that. Anyway, this is going to be troublesome. We have throwing axemen, and we have a very exposed gold. And the situation is not looking very good for Stark, who finds himself in a very claustrophobic space. Once again, going for Partisan tactics, chemistry. That is going to be the +3 attack for the cavalry archer, but he still does not have bracer. Oh, and I'm not really sure about this. These are still regular cavalry archers, not heavy. Elite throwing axemen coming up for st4rk as well, and for Nicov as well, and st4rk's going to get pushed away from the gold. The third gold is over here, so there's not a chance that he's going to be taking that. And now the castle coming out from Nicov as well, taking full advantage of the very cheap castles for the Franks. So let's see. Targets are meant to counter range units. Yeah, that is true. But I don't think we're gonna see range units from Nicov, because the throwing axemen, they deal melee damage. They are still going to be dealing melee damage to the Tarkans, which is not very good for them. Anyway, this choke point, I'm not really sure who is it working for, as the throwing axemen are probably going to be dealing more damage to the halberdier than the heavy cavalry archers are going to be dealing to the paladin. Anyway, right now the numbers are around 40 for st4rk, 34 for Nicov, 33. Take a look at st4rk's numbers again. Oh, going down super fast, and I think it's going down faster for st4rk than for Nicov. st4rk's going to call the GG. And that's going to be the first game going in favor of Nicov for a partial score of 1-0 in favor of the Argentinian player. What's the background sound? Hold on, give me a moment. So yeah, okay, taking a look at the achievements. Background sound, you mean the AoE music? KD, very good for Nicov, 2-1. Wood, higher for st4rk, everything else higher for Nicov. And yeah, makes sense, the villager count, the villager high for Nicov, 131. st4rk really going aggro in Castle Age, but failing to do any damage. We can see that in Imperial Age, Nicov started steamrolling a little bit. Kind of an unfortunate map generation for st4rk, but still very well played for Nicov, making very good use of his civilization. Alright, let's go back. Second game's gonna start soon. Yeah, it was probably my roommate. Don't worry about it. Told him to decrease the volume. Alright. Welcome everyone to the second game of the best of 11 series between Nicov and st4rk. This is going to be a lot of games, man. A lot of games. Very hyped. This time around, st4rk is going to be playing in the east with Japanese, Nicov on the left hand side instead, going for Vikings or getting Vikings. 2.3k versus 2.5k. It really amazes me that they can even go for a best of 11 without it being like 6-0. But yeah. Well, let's talk about the saves. Vikings. Holy crap, that's a loud vehicle. Jesus Christ. Dude, okay, yeah. So for Vikings, they get cheaper warships, but they get tankier infantry units starting in Fuel Age. They get free wheelbarrow as well, which is quite big. Oh, that's... You meant the vehicles or the movies? Probably the vehicles, I'm not really sure. A lot of people have very loud bikes here. Still, so yeah, free wheelbarrow, they get tankier infantry. And for st4rk, who is playing Japanese, they get 33% faster attacking infantry starting from Fuel Age and cheaper eco buildings, so drop off points, either meal, lumber camp and mining camps. They also get some bonus for fishing ships, not relevant here, as well as it's not relevant for Vikings to get warships that are cheaper. Anyway, do you have an open window? No. It's just insanely loud. I'm not really sure if you have ever seen those very small motorbikes that are insanely loud. Yeah, there's a lot of those over here. Everything's closed, but you can still hear them. Downsides of living here, I guess. Imagine a world in which only electric cars are allowed, or something like that. No combustion engine. That would be a world I could potentially cast in without background noise. Coming to Vietnam too. Yeah, exactly. Usually carrying more than one person. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like Vespas. Not exactly those, but very similar. Same kind of vehicle. Still, getting back into the game. Goal generation for Nicov not very good. The third goal is behind the wood line. Main goal is a little bit forward, but it's not so bad as it is actually, yeah, towards the opposite side of st4rk's base. Where's the second goal though? Is it this one? Oh, it's not very good. And the main stone is very forward. The map generation for Nicov is awful. He has some backwood, that is good. But yeah, the main goal is not super safe. And then the second and third goal are awful. Where's the second stone as well? Super forward. For st4rk on the other hand, second goal is forward, but the main goal is on the back. Extremely safe, even surrounded by a small tree line that he can easily wall. He's kind of open though, on the left hand side. In the south, in the west, and in the north of his base. Second goal is not so good either. Second stone is not so good either for st4rk. Well, this goal is something he's gonna have to take advantage of. He's most likely gonna go for Minotaurs. Actually, both players might be going for Minotaurs. st4rk going right under the TC of Nicov and getting absolutely destroyed because of that. So one thing that Japanese can afford to do is sending less villagers to wood because of the cheaper buildings, because of the cheaper drop-off points. This to see, this barracks is going up a little bit late though. Berries are a little bit exposed, but he shouldn't really have so much trouble protecting this. He can go for a palisade here. He can go for a small wall here. That would also protect the wood line. I'm not really sure what he's gonna choose to do instead. It seems like he's gonna try to go aggro. Third militia coming up. We have 3 militias for Nicov now. And if you're wondering if tankier infantry or faster attacking infantry is better, Japanese Minotaurs should completely dominate Vikings Minotaurs. The reason is that Vikings get 10, 15 and 20% tankier infantry starting in Feudal Age, then up to Castle and Imperial Age, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that is correct. But that is 33% more attack for Japanese infantry, 33% more damage per second, if you will. So if they are just fighting 1v1, that is still a little bit better. Anyway, this is a little bit sloppy in my opinion. st4rk should have seen this coming. As a matter of fact, he actually went straight through the militias from Nicov and did not pay attention. He is now going to get denied from the berries, which is not very good. Nicov! Nikov's not going to be able to complete this! But st4rk's not paying attention. He didn't go for the villager! This is going to get walled now. st4rk! Oh my god! He's not paying attention here. Oh, he could have prevented Nicov from finishing the wall. He could even have gotten a villager down or two. Now he's gonna struggle. He's not gonna be able to do anything. Nikov's gonna have all the time in the world to wall his units, to protect his base. And this is not good. And hello, Jiren. Well, st4rk has not lost a villager yet. The 0-1 KV is because of the scout going under the TC from Nicov. Because of st4rk's scout going under the TC. But yeah, this is awful. Nikov's going up with 26 villagers. He's not taking any gold though, so this is not going to be a fast castle. But he's going to have a very strong eco, and he's most likely going to go for double archery ranges. So that was Drush into archers. And yeah, st4rk is going to lose the men-at-arms. He's going to be caught off guard here, most likely. Oh, but st4rk already going for archers himself. Single archer range though, so in theory, Nicov should be able to start pulling ahead in military numbers. Very unfortunate that neither civilization is getting any bonus for archers. Both of them get fully upgraded arbalists, so it's a good unit line to go for. And hello Olga, our game starry. Welcome everyone, welcome to the best of 11 series between st4rk and Nicov. Once again, these games are recorded, so they are not live. And let's see, okay, it's going to be only one archer range production. Finally, we might see one villager going down for Nicov. That is exactly right. Not gonna be able to get two. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's worth it to go for 3 men-at-arms and get only a single villager, but at least it's not in vain. Now Gaia is gonna wreck the militias from Nicov. Actually, one of them is very low HP. The other one is going to go down for sure as well. Once again, not using both archer ranges means that st4rk should be able to keep up in terms of military numbers. Now purple teaming up with gray, and now gray changing stance to enemy. He's going to go for st4rk's units right now. There we go. Finally, the men-at-arms forward from st4rk should be going down to these archers. In terms of upgrades, both players are going to have fletching in just a moment. Although Nikov's gonna have a couple of skirmishers. I'm not really sure what they are, but I saw them. I saw this one. Ah, there we go. Hey Napoleon as well. Welcome everyone. Scout going down. That is going to be the revenge of st4rk. And yeah, this should be going in favor of Nicov. There is no way that st4rk's gonna be able to out-micro Nicov for 3 skirmishers. Both players with fletching, so same range. It's going to be very hard for st4rk to try to outrange or out-micro Nicov, as we know he's probably the player with the higher APM. So look at that. There's a very nice wall that he is building outside the wood lines. The reason he's doing this is because this is the only wood line that st4rk has. If you take a look at his map, it's incredibly open, so that is why he is going hyper aggro. The other wood line for him is super forward. He doesn't have another one. So going for the walls behind the tree line kind of secures this for him, as in Nikov's not going to be able to come forward and start building towers over there. That is very smart playing. And that is not something that I have seen pro players do a lot, but I'm very glad that he's doing that. Villager count though higher for Nicov. st4rk does not have wheelbarrow, so I'm not really sure where that's coming from. I think he was probably microing the men-at-arms or the archers a little bit too much and neglecting TC time, working time. But yeah, going for Town Watch even. I'm not really sure, let's see. Okay, he has Town Watch. I believe Nicov should not. Ah, he does. No, wait a minute. No, he doesn't. Yeah, that only accounts for 1 villager, so that's about 50 seconds of idle TC time that st4rk's gone through. PLH. Wheelbarrow coming up. That is going to leave him behind even further, and eco is going to be fantastic for Nicov in contrast. Vikings getting free wheelbarrow can get ahead like incredibly fast and super easy. We're gonna take a look at this. So this is the current amount of resources and how many villagers they have on each. We have 19 villagers on food and 18 villagers on food for st4rk and Nicov respectively, 14 and 16 on wood, and 3 and 7 on gold. So Nicov's going at gold a lot more heavily. He's gonna be able to go out to Castle H as well, while st4rk's not really gonna be able to click up just yet. 400 food only, 300 at this point, Q and 2 villagers. He's gonna try to take a kill engagement over here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And once again, keep in mind, Nicov's been with Wheelbarrow since they started Fuel Age, since they got up to Fuel Age. So we are gonna go down to the total amount of resources, and look at this. 200, 300 extra food for Nicov, explaining the faster Castle Age time despite both players getting a similar amount of villagers on food. 3 extra villagers for Nicov still, who is now halfway up to Castle Age. Padded Archer armor coming for him as well. st4rk's units already with Padded Archer armor, so both with +1/+1. And there we go, finally st4rk's going to play cap as well, and it's going to be Castle Age war for both players. At this point, military numbers, these are 23 units for Nicov, these are 16 for st4rk, so Nicov definitely with the upper hand in terms of numbers. st4rk's not going to be able to do anything here, not really going to be able to do a lot. st4rk's going to start going for scouts? That's kind of surprising. He was probably expecting Nicov to go heavily into skirmishers, which, yeah, Nicov has some, but he's not. That's not the primary. The primary unit for him. That house is going to be enough, I think. Yeah, it's going to be enough. There's no way. Okay, Nikov's deleting this one. He's actually inviting. No. Okay. I thought he was kind of inviting st4rk in to try and kind of trap him here while he goes back with his army and about to be crossbows and elite skirmishers to effectively clean up st4rk. Anyway, it seems like that was just a sloppy play from Nicov. He is going to be losing a couple of villagers here for sure. The villager count now 43, 42 for Nicov, losing more villagers, 41. Good job, he's taking a lot of villagers. Nikov's going for crossbow right now. I'm not really sure what happened. He was going for it before, but it seems like he cancelled it. But that is great. That is great. st4rk's taking so many units. st4rk is in Castle Age right now. He has 3 villagers ahead. Both players with Wheelbarrow, but Nicov with handcart as well. Second TC coming up now for blue. And st4rk's not gonna be going for that. Instead, he's gonna be going heavily into archers, I believe. No, he's going to go for husbandry, knight, double stable knight production. So all we have left here are a lot of skirmishers. That is not going to be good against knights. This amount of crossbows is not going to be good enough against like 6 knights. So very interesting unit switch from st4rk. Instantly reacting to Nikov's huge army of archers, going for triple stable even. He might just be able to afford that. How many villagers does he have on food right now? 18, so 6 of those are going to be for villagers. He's gonna have a remaining of 12. Nah, that's not gonna be enough for constant triple stable production, but he does have a good reserve of food. So he's gonna have some time to catch up in terms of eco. He's gonna be able to chew through his reserves to try and mass enough knights. These elite skirmishers with Balking Arrow are a lot more dangerous to villagers though than regular skirmishers. So keep that in mind. Usually you just ignore those. Elite skirms with Balking Arrow though, not a thing to ignore, especially in those numbers. 5 pierce damage, villagers only 2 pierce armor. But let's see over here. st4rk could potentially clean this up. He could completely clean Nikov's army up. And Nicov, I don't think he's going for extra army. He's going for very little units. At this point he could have had a lot more archers, but he's not going for that. He's going for the 3rd TC instead. And it's going to be the same history again. The same story again, sorry. It's going to be Nicov going heavily into villager production, Stark trying to outproduce him militarily in Castle Age. And if Stark doesn't manage to do a lot of damage right now, it's potentially going to be the same as the first game. A lot more military, but unfortunately not enough damage being dealt. And eventually falling behind the villager count, falling behind in tech as Nicov goes up to Imperial Age faster. Alright, so there's 8 knights right now. That gate should be going down, unless Nicov goes right now for a stone gate behind it. Or houses, okay, that also works. I think with 8 knights, Stark should be able to get this down. But yeah, he's not focusing here. He was probably trying to fix his eco. Second TC up already. Going forward with villagers, look at the amount of knights that we have. Third TC coming up super forward for Stark. He's going to retreat. Not gonna keep going for, yeah, for that offensive. At that point, Nikov's had enough time to bring back his army. Market coming up for blue. Fixing his eco a little bit. That is good. And Nikov's base is very, very long. He just has all the space in the world. Stark on the other hand, very compact, very compact. He even walled around the woodline as we were saying just a minute ago. Military numbers higher for Nicov. But yeah, pound per pound, it's going to be a lot better for Stark. Nicov going once again up to Imperial Age a lot faster. Stark's really failing to do enough damage in Castle Age. He has the units. If he manages to break through with this amount of knights, these guys already have chain bard and armor, +2/+2. If he manages to break through, he should be able to do a lot. Nikov's open over here! Nikov's open over here! Stark! He's gonna notice? I think it's still open here. It's still open! Stark's going to walk away just because of one monk, but he has at this point 20 knights. More archer ranges coming up for Nicov, and it's going to be Arbalest in Imperial Age for sure. Being Vikings, if he had enough stone for a castle, he could potentially go for Chieftains, which allows his infantry units to get +5 bonus attack versus cavalry. So even if Stark went for Cavalier and Nicov only had pikemen playing as Vikings, he could still be able to just deal with this easily. Still though, with that amount of soon-to-be Arbalest, it's not going to be a huge issue for him. Relics coming up for Nicov. How good. Siege Workshop forward for blue as well. Ah, this is not good. This is not good. Nicov is about to hit Imperial Age, and Stark, he has a not the best balance, not the best eco balance. Very unbalanced eco. Skirmishers for Stark right now. He's going for extra archer ranges. That seems like a good choice. So yeah, he already saw the amount of crossbows that Nicov has. Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't need pikes with that amount of Arbalest. He can be alright. Especially as Stark is not gonna be going up to Imperial Age anytime soon, as we can see the resources for him are not looking very balanced. So we have rams coming up for Nicov. Vikings get access to siege ram, so that is something that we are probably gonna see. Japanese don't, they only get cat ram. They get onager though, so that's something we could potentially see in Imperial Age. But let's see, that house is going to go down, and I don't think this is walled. Stark! Stark's going to get in! Stark! He's... Oh my god! He didn't get in! I think the pathing kind of screwed him over. I think he clicked in, but the army tried to rearrange the formation before going in. He probably should have tried to click a single knight to prevent Nicov from walling. If that amount of knights got inside Nicov's base, could have been so tough for blue. That is just so unfortunate. And Arbalest now with +4, so chemistry, bracer. These guys are almost fully upgraded. They only need leather archer armor and ring archer armor for the +3/+4 defense. Taking the hill advantage, not gonna be enough for Stark as he is getting outranged. And also the rams here are going to be soaking a lot of damage. Stark's back here, but he doesn't have the numbers. This is not enough knights to deal against this amount of Arbalest, and I believe this is going to be the GG. This has to be the GG. Stark is losing all his units. He's not gonna have enough to clean this up. This gotta be it. This gotta be the 2-0. Right? Nikov's even sending more cat rams forward. GG has been called, and the partial score for this match is going to be 2-0 in favor of the Argentinian player. Let's take a look at the achievements. So, military stats. Over 2-1 KD for Nicov. Playing a fantastic defensive game, playing super smart. Even though Stark didn't have the best base, Nicov didn't go overly aggro. He went for Mortises in Castle Age. He outboomed Stark, defended well enough that Stark wasn't able to do any damage with the larger army, and eventually went up to Imperial Age faster, went for better upgrades and better units. And the story repeats itself. Nicov steamrolling Stark of sorts. So yeah, keep in mind this is the best of 11, so we are going to see at the very least 4 more games, so 6 victories are needed for a best of 11. Let's go back. And the third game is going to go like this. Oops. Yeah, the third game is going to go like this. Yeah, take 2. Welcome everyone to the third game of the best of 11 series between Nicov and Stark. This time around it's going to be Franks versus Malay. Stark's going to be getting Franks. The first game was Franks versus Hans. Franks for Nicov, so this time Stark's going to be getting Franks. 2.5k Nicov, 2.3k player Stark. And let's talk about the saves. So Stark, Franks getting faster working foragers, more HP on their scouts, cheaper castles, and all the farm upgrades for free. Nicov on the other hand is getting cheaper elephants. He gets faster uptime, considerably faster uptime, 80% faster. And yeah, also some WOD bonus that we are not going to talk about now. For Stark though, team bonus, knights get +2 line of sight, so that is going to be handy. I'm trying to identify vulnerable spots in Castle Age potentially. From where to strike. So map generation for Nicov, he has a back wood line. He has another back wood line over here on the left hand side, so in the south over there. Other than that, secondary goal and main goal are kind of forward. The third goal is super far away. Is on the back of sorts. But yeah, I would not say that's a favorable goal. Yeah, spawning position. That is just not good. In the front though, he has another wall line over here, a small cliff. He can potentially make use of this to try and wall. Both stones are very forward for him, so Nikov's map's not the best. Not the best. If he doesn't have forward resources or minerals, the third goal is super far away, even though technically on the back. For Stark on the other hand, we have back berries, that is very nice. We have back wood, side wood, the secondary stone is in the middle of both wood lines. If he wanted to go greedy, he could potentially wall like here, and he could potentially wall like this. Gold generation though, main goal is super forward, so purple not getting the best luck in this map generation either. Main stone is on the back though, and he has a wood line here that would potentially allow him to close his base like this, so he can go for palisade here, he can go for palisade over here. If he doesn't want to spend a lot of wood, which is understandable, he can potentially go for a smaller wall towards the TC, so he doesn't have to go all the way around. But yeah, gold generation so far not very good for either player. Even though Nicov had a bad goal, technically speaking, st4rk, the second and third goal are extremely forward. The main goal is super forward, like it's very far away from the TC. That is super inconvenient. And man, I really hope we get some map generation changes with Age of Empires 2DE. That is just so unlucky. st4rk's going to go for 5 foragers though. Interesting. Yeah, probably related to the bonus for franks. Keep in mind that 4 foragers working 25% faster each are worth about 5 foragers for a frank player. And Malay don't get that kind of eco bonus. The good eco bonus that they get is on water. We're not going to be seeing that right now. And yeah, st4rk's going to go for scouts. That is pretty much given. Either that or Drush FC, but it's too late right now for a Drush, so it's going to be scouts into knights for Nicov. He can go for Drush archers, but yeah, that's a very risky proposition. Fighting versus a cavalry civilization. I'd say probably men-at-arms, a spearman in fieldage, and then transition into something else. The thing with Malay though, they don't get good cavalry other than elephants. The reason for that is they don't get bloodlines and they only get scale barding armor, so that is +1/+1. They do get fully upgraded arbalists though. So if we saw the same situation in the last game, where Nicov just manages to turtle and go up to Imperial Age and get Arbalest, and then st4rk really struggles to do damage in Castle Age, we might technically see the same situation. Knights getting destroyed by Arbalest. But yeah, I don't think st4rk's gonna let it play like that. I don't think it's gonna let it play it out. It's gonna let it play out like that, sorry. Both players about to hit Fuel Age. Nicov gonna be up a little bit sooner, even though he clicked up with 2 extra villagers, and that is the 80% faster uptime for Malay. That is quite good. So elephants and archers are a good and valid army composition for Malay. For franks, of course, knights is going to be the primary unit. You can also go for throwing axemen. Those are quite powerful, and we saw in the first game Nicov making full use of those. Now that both players are in Fuelage, we can see that Nicov's not really going for anything. Stable! Interesting. Okay. He can potentially go for scouts. Is he going to go though? Yeah, he's going to go for scouts. So it's going to be scouts into elephants probably for Nicov. st4rk on the other hand is going to go for stables, of course. These cavalry units, 20% more HP, so 54 instead of 45. Town Watch coming up for st4rk as well. And this is very interesting. So Malay, if they don't go for elephants in Castle Age, it's not really worth it. Once again, they get only scale barding armor. They don't get bloodlines. Bloodlines is very important for knights, not so much for elephants. Oh, look at that! st4rk did not find 2 of his sheep. He's gonna find those now. Ah, that's a very rocky start. I did not notice that. Interesting. Okay, so st4rk is going to keep going forward. Right now, the military numbers are higher for st4rk. 1 extra scout. more HP as well. And Nicov is extremely open. Ah, man, he's going to lose one here. I'm not really sure what the deal is. I'm not really sure why he's not going for walls, or he's going for walls kind of late. He's gonna try to completely wall himself, but this is still open enough that st4rk can go around with the scouts. He's gonna look forward to grouping his army. Defenses here for Nicov are going to include spearmen. And man, I don't know, Nicov has 3 extra villagers right now. He can potentially go for wheelbarrow and still be with the same amount of villagers, which should give him a very good boost. With this amount of farms, probably already worth it, trying to go for that. I don't think this wall is going to go up. Oh, let's go! Oh no! st4rk's not going to pick that villager, he's going to go here instead. Nicov tried to go for the quick wall, it's gonna fail miserably, and now potentially a villager going down, or 2, maybe 3 or more. Micro here is about the same for both players, but now st4rk's gonna lose 1 scout for free. That's 3 spearmen over there that st4rk's not really using, the st4rk's not really noticing, sorry. He's going to lose 3 scouts for free over there. I think he got a single villager. For 3 scouts, I don't think it's worth it. Nicov still has more villagers. That was a little bit sloppy for st4rk. I wonder if he was trying to pay attention here back home. He was probably letting all the units try to, yeah, move by themselves. He's gonna start going for skirmishers right now, so that's quite common. Going for scouts and skirmishers. Skirmishers are going to deal quite nicely against, yeah, both archers and spearmen. You can go for archers instead of skirmishers, and that is a little bit easier on your food, but you also need gold, and I'm not really sure if st4rk at this point has any gold income. He has 2 villagers on gold, so yeah, not the best. But going for skirmishers is good because melee get potentially good archers as well, so you want to be protected. And they also deal quite nicely with spearmen as they get bonus damage versus the spear line of units. Anyway, good walls for Nicov. Yeah, that's going to be enough. st4rk's not going to be able to do any additional damage right now. And I think he was going for wheelbarrow, yes. So he fell behind to 5 villagers. Behind to 32 villagers, which is 5 less villagers than Nicov. That spearman is going to go down to the skirmisher right now. Should be going, okay. It's going to go to the TC. Good quick walls for Nicov. Let's take a look at this. That tree is very tempting to send the villager forward and just tree hop. Anyway, Castle Age coming up for Nicov, and it's kind of tough to see this. st4rk is going to click up himself. He has the resources right now, so it's going to be a lot faster Castle Age for Nicov because of the 80% extra, or the 80% faster H research time for melee. This is still open. That scout's really not gonna take a lot of damage. There was not enough villagers inside the TC. Anyway, Nikov's about to hit Castle Age. He's going for another stable, and it's going to be elephants for sure. He's not taking any stone. He already went for a defensive tower, so it's going to be a lot of knights or elephants. I don't think... Okay, there we go. Elephants make a lot more sense. I don't think... I was gonna say, I don't think we're gonna see knights. This house is not going to go down. To be honest, I think 1 elephant is enough to clean this up. That's very weak, scouts. Yeah, that house should not be going down. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That scout just got 1 shot. Castle Age still not here for Stark, who is right now at 7 villagers behind. Right? Yeah. He is 8 villagers behind, and Nicov going for the quick walls. Made famous by the snack. That's very good. So Stark's gonna go for Monastery, right? Yeah, Monastery already up. Going for Knights. It's going to be 2 stable Knights and Monks versus Elephants and something else, I would say. Monastery is for Nicov, so that's very good preemptive move, or actually proactive. If you go for Elephants and you go for your own Monks, not only can you convert enemy units, but you convert your Elephants back whenever they get converted. Melee also get Heresy, although I don't think we're gonna be seeing that. It's quite gold intensive. It's probably worth it, but yeah, Melee are the only civilization that get Elephants that also gets Heresy. TC coming up. And that's the only one. Okay, it's going to be 2 TCs for Nicov. And there we go. Oh, a conversion for a pikeman. I don't really know if that's worth it. Oh, look at the elephants. They take so much bonus damage from the spearman. Or the skirmisher. The pikeman at this point. They're still not high enough numbers though, but a couple of elephants went down for sure. Still, Stark managed to leak inside Nicov's base. The quick walls are going to be there on time. Yes, Heresy is 1000 gold, so it's not an upgrade that you're gonna go for it just like that. Especially if you have your own monks, you can just convert your units back, which is quite nice. Which is also why I like the Elephant Monastery move from Nicov. One knight's going to get converted here. That monk's already paid for itself. And yeah, villager numbers 8 higher for Nicov, 2 TCs already. For Stark the situation is similar. I believe he already has a second TC as well, although he is with a third one here. Should be able to catch up eventually. Third TC coming up for Nicov as well. Only 4 extra villagers for blue at this point, so Stark's been doing a good job trying to keep up. However, that knight's going to get converted, and Stark's going to be left with 3 military units, 2 knights and 1 monk over here. So Nicov pushes. I think with this amount of monks and elephants, he could do some serious damage. Although it's going to be a very slow moving army, it's going to take quite some time for him to reach Stark's base. Nicov collecting relics? Where is that? Oh, he collected here, he already saved it. Alright, that's good. He's going heavily into monks. Does he have enough resources to keep up production from all 3 TCs? That seems to be the case. So, current villager distribution, a lot more villagers on food for Stark, sorry. Nicov with 18 right now is going to be able to support production from all 3 TCs. So yeah, both players are going to be on even ground in terms of villager production. And let's see, that is going to be 2 conversions potentially, but once again, that's 4 monks for Nicov. He can just convert the elephant back. Oh, he's going to lose a monk over there. Okay, that is nice. Stark deleting the elephant. Ah, but that is very good. Stark was able to get 1 conversion, delete the elephant, kill 1 monk for free from Nicov. That is not bad. Still though, this is quite threatening from blue. There are still dangerous numbers. Villager count 1 higher for Stark for the first time in the game and for the first time in the series, getting the villager lead. Taking a look at the total amount of resources collected, a lot more food for Stark. So yeah, that's 30% cheaper elephants for the melee players, so it's not going to be so food as much. It's not going to be so intensive in terms of food as regular battle elephants. A lot more gold for Nicov though, but yeah, wood count, food count so much higher for Stark in terms of total amount of resources collected. KD right now, still in favor of Nicov. The game's stalling a little bit. So yeah, what can we see? Sanctity coming up for Nicov, that is going to grant plus 15 HP to these monks. Scale Mail Armor coming up for st4rk, that is going to be +1/+1 armor for the pikemen. Nicov's not going to be going for archers right now. He doesn't really have an archery range. He's still only on 2 stables and 2 monasteries. He's going to go for a 4th DC even, so he's going to try and outboom st4rk. As the game's kind of stale and Nicov goes for an outpost rush. Yeah, he realizes there is not really an urgency to go for more military units, so he's just trying to boom a little bit now. He's going to get ahead in villager count once again, 83 to 67. Army here is looking quite good for st4rk, I must say. He just sends the pikemen forward. He's got Sanctity as well. Oh, that is not good, st4rk. Going to lose one monk over there. But yeah, that amount of scouts is going to be good against those monks. He's gonna have to micro this a little bit though, as he needs to get the pikemen in front. The engagement seems to be going now in favor of st4rk, as we can see all the elephants going down. Only 3 elephants for Nicov, going down to 2 very soon. It's going to be only 1 elephant remaining. Okay, another one got converted back for Nicov, but st4rk converted another one, so it's going to be a lot of army left for purple and 0 for Nicov. 13 military to only 1. And Nicov's push, unfortunately, not really going the way he was probably hoping for. Castle's gonna come up though, and melee unique units gonna become available to Nicov. So Karambit warriors, which are very cheap, not very strong, but very good at raiding, and they are very quick, and they can get massed up. So Karambit warriors take only half the population. They are extremely cheap, and yeah, even now uploaded the video of Karambit warriors fighting God Huskars. I think that the video was titled something like "Can Karambit spam counter Huskar spam or God spam?" something like that. He ended up winning that game, so I don't know. They also train super quick, as you can see. st4rk's gonna start doing a lot of damage. Nicov's not well protected here. st4rk's going to go up to Imperial Age as well. Nicov's still in Castle Age. He has more villagers, but his eco is not very well balanced. He has a lot of wood, a lot of gold, but not enough food to go up. st4rk, on the other hand, looking a lot better. Castle coming up as well, and Imperial Age is going to be able to use that to pump out trebuchets. It's going to be able to trap down the castle from Nicov without castles to spam Karambit from. Nicov's gonna be in trouble. He cannot really fight monks, pikemen, and light cavalry with elephants and monks. He could potentially fight this with arbalest, but then again, it'll be kind of easy for st4rk to transition into cavalry. And yeah, of course, Nicov is going to click to Imperial Age a little bit later. He is going to hit Imperial just 20 seconds later, 21 seconds later. All things considered, is not very bad. 2 castles already up for st4rk, gonna go for the 3rd one, and that's the cheaper Frank castle that we were talking about. Another castle coming up for Nicov as well, but he's dropping the villager count. There's going to be another one going down. Look at the amount of damage that the battle elephants deal. Still going to be ahead though. Blue in a good position in terms of eco. Going up to Imperial Age, not much after st4rk, so he should be able to keep up with trebuchet production. Let's see. There we go. 2 trebuchets instantly queued up for st4rk. That should mean at least this one going down, and the cliff is also accounting for elevation bonus, so it's going to be very tough for Nicov. Very expensive as well to keep that up if he wants to try and repair it. He doesn't have a lot of stone, but yeah, he probably has more things to worry about, more important things to worry about here, as he's getting raided to death by light cavalry and pikemen. And the Karambit, once again, they are not very strong. They need to be masked up, and he doesn't have enough numbers here, although, just as I say that, he pumps 8 over there. Okay, he's doing alright. Stark's not really paying that much attention to the light cavalries and those under the castle. This is not going to be good for him. I think this might be the army from Nicov that cleans that army from Stark. Still though, the trebuchet, 2 trebuchets already deployed, targeting the castle. University coming up for Nicov, and is he gonna try to transition into ranged units? That doesn't seem to be the case. The Karambit got wrecked. Okay, there we go. The battle elephant's going to go down. 3 trebuchets for Stark right now, going up. That is a good point. That is a good point. Karambit are really a unit you want to use for raiding, are really a unit you want to use when you're ahead to seal the deal. It's not very commonly that you see them being used to get back in the game, but I don't know. These guys are quite good. Nikov's been playing out of his mind the whole series. Archer ranges coming up. Okay, so it's going to be Karambit and potentially Arbalest. Chemistry coming up for Nicov as well. Padded archer armor. Chivalry for Stark and Blast Furnace. Trebuchets are going to go forward. Siege Workshop. I don't think it's going to stay up. It's not going to stay up. Look at that amount of throwing axemen.
Thank you.
Oh!
Thank you, you wonderful man.
Sallow 1991, thank you for the sub and welcome to Bo11 Official. I hope you enjoy the emotes and I hope you are enjoying the content. Thank you so much for the subscription, man. And yeah, please join the raffle if you don't already have a Bo11 Premium. You are going to join a raffle for a chance of winning 3 months of gold Bo11 Premium. And actually subs get twice as many chances, so it's going to be 2 chances for you. With Twitch Prime even, that is quite good. Thank you, man, once again. That castle is potentially going to go down. As we were talking, the cliff accounts for hill advantage. So that castle, the initial castle for Nicov was not very good, but this one is on a hill, so it's going to be a lot easier to keep that one up. Anyway, military numbers are overwhelmingly in favor of Stark right now. Nikov's trying to take advantage of map control, but Stark is actually scouted this, so it's going to be a matter of time until those units start going down. That castle is going to stay up though, just too tough, and with the bombard cannon over here it's going to be just too tough for Stark to try and take that one down. He's going to need more numbers. Is he going for more trebuchets? He doesn't seem to be going for more. He is going for cavalry instead, cavalier. And man, that is the thing, Nikov's gonna switch into Arbalest, but we are going to have Cavalier from Frank. Actually, Paladin right now. It's going to be a lot of Paladins versus Arbalest. It's not going to go in favor of the Archers. Now, Melee, I believe they get Arbalest, Halberdier, so that's potentially something he could try and use, but Halberdier are going to get absolutely destroyed by throwing axemen. So in terms of army value and army composition, I would say this is pretty much in favor of Stark. Let's see, that DC can potentially go down to just the throwing axeman. Yeah, look at the damage! Look at the damage! Such strong units. Yeah, this is gotta be over. This is gotta be over, although Nicov has a crap ton of DCs. He's going to get a couple of conversions, one over there, and he's going to call the GG! As Stark's army swarms Nikov's base beyond repair, Nikov's going to call the GG for the first victory of the series, going in favor of Stark. That is going to be a partial score of 2-1, and this is getting quite good. Stark's playing very, very well. Probably Civilization's favoring him a little bit, but you cannot really civ win if you're not a good player yourself, so props to Stark. defeating a 300 higher elo player. We are going to take a look at the achievements and then we are going to jump into the 4th game of the series. So KD close to 2-0, close to 2-1, sorry, in favor of st4rk. So very well played. A lot higher resource collection other than wood, which Nicov got a little bit more of, not really that much. Faster field castle age time for Nicov, faster imperial age time for st4rk. Villager count so much higher for Nicov. And you have to wonder if he kind of overboomed a little bit, you can say that. He got some gold from the relics, that is good. But yeah, because going Karambit's only taking half population space, you can go for the same number of units, even if you have less population space available. But the issue is that Karambits are not very strong, so you really need to take advantage of the potential to get twice as large an army. Alright, let's go back. Let's go even. There you go, let's go, indeed. So 4th game is going to start very soon. Give me just a moment. And yeah, how many people do we have here? 3 people only joined the raffle. So everyone please make sure to join if you don't have a premium. Yeah, remember that you can join the raffle for a chance of winning 3 months of gold, gold Volley premium, which we are going to be giving away after the series. Give me just one moment and there we go. Alright, welcome everyone to the 4th game of the Best of 11 series between Nicov and st4rk. st4rk kind of rough for Nicov already, playing Malay. st4rk's going to be playing Chinese. Score so far, as you can see, on top 2-1 in favor of the Argentinian player. And we still have, at the very least, 4 more games to go, as you need 6 victories and Nicov only has 2. So we're going to talk about the civs, then the maps. st4rk playing Chinese, they start with 3 extra villagers but minus 200 food and minus 50 wood. They get plus 5 population support from the TC, so they only need to go for 1 extra house. Other than that, the TC gets plus 5 line of sight. Technologies for Chinese are 10, 15 and 20% cheaper in feudal castle and imperial age respectively. They get finally 50% more HP on demolition line units, although that is not going to be of great use right here. Team bonus for Chinese, which is quite significant. They get plus 45 food on their farms, so that is going to be quite good. You can afford to delay horse collar a little bit. You can go for scouts because of it, and because of cheaper technologies you can also go for archers quite effectively, as you can get fletching for a little bit cheaper. You can get double bit axe as well. For Nicov, who is playing Malay, actually no, he's playing Malian, sorry. He gets plus 1 pierce armor, bonus pierce armor on barracks units per age starting in feudal age, so potentially up to 3 bonus pierce armor in imperial age. If you add to that the fact they get plate mail armor, they can get up to plus 7 pierce armor, so against an archery civ that is quite good. We're going to talk a little bit about the interaction between higher pierce armor and Chinese units in a moment, but let's go through the other bonuses for Malians. They get, I believe, free gold mining, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is the case, yeah, free gold mining, yeah. And also the buildings cost 15% less wood, so it's going to be quite easy for them to go for extra buildings if necessary, going potentially for archer ranges or going for markets, whatever you need. It's going to be a little bit cheaper for Malians. So yeah, team bonus for them though, I can't quite recall. Wait a moment, what is it? I can't recall off the, yeah, 80% faster university researches. So we're gonna talk a little bit about units, potential compositions, and there's something interesting between Chinese and Malians that I want to mention. Chinese get access to Chukonu. Chukonu are archers that shoot multiple arrows per shot. So when you get high pierce armor units like Huskars, like Eagle Warriors, or like Malian infantry, Chukonu are like the perfect ranged unit because of shooting multiple arrows. It guarantees multiple damage, not only one, which is the case with regular archers. If you're trying to fight a Malian longsword with chainmail armor and +2 pierce armor, your crossbow by default is going to be dealing only 1 damage. If you shoot with the Chukonu, which shoots, if I'm not mistaken, 4 arrows, that is going to be a guaranteed 4 damage per shot minimum, assuming all the targets hit, all the arrows hits, of course. So yeah, that is something that I thought worth mentioning here in this matchup. For map generation though, Nicov is going to go for the walls right now. We can see that he has a back main gold. Main stone is on the back as well. Oh, back ship! That's very unfortunate. And what are the rest of the resources? Okay, so a second and yeah, second gold and second stone are super forward. Where's the third gold for him? Third gold is super far away, behind the pond even. It's a good thing that he got the back gold over there. Let's take a look at st4rk's map generation. So main goal is forward, kind of rough, but he's going for the walls already. That is good. Secondary stone is on the side over there. And yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of resources. Other than that, the main stone is forward. He's using both stones as part of the wall. And the secondary and third goal for him are forward, right here and right here. So yeah, you can see the line of 3 golds over there. Yeah, both players are going to be fully walled by the time they get to Castle Age or to Field Age. It seems to me like Nicov's gonna try to go for Drash FC. Right now his Drash is already arriving onto st4rk's. Yeah, both players going for the same strategy. st4rk's... Oh, actually st4rk's not going for Drash at all. He's going for FC. That is kind of greedy. That is 27 villagers already for purple. Interesting. Nicov. He's not gonna do anything with this. Units took way too long to get here. st4rk's already fully walled. Nicov's gonna have to go aggressive, but both players going for the same strategy. It means that really none of them is gonna want to go aggressive and want to spend the resources needed to go for towers and whatnot. Nicov with 27 villagers. I'm not really sure if he's gonna try to go for men-at-arms. I don't think he's gonna want to use those resources for that. It seems to me like he's gonna try to go straight into FC. Okay, so it's going to be kind of a arena-esque kind of game, but it's still probably going to be quite interesting once we hit castle and once we get to see what they're gonna fight with. We don't see any stone collection for Nicov right now, so doesn't seem like he is going to go for a castle. Castle units for Nicov are not going to be that useful versus an archery save. Somalians get the Geppetto warriors, which are quite good for raiding, but they die quite easily to archers. So yeah, not the best unit. st4rk's going to go for the barracks right now, so it seems to me like he's going to try to go for a blacksmith and potentially an archery range. He can potentially go for archers, he can go for knights as well. We have seen Chinese go for knights for sure. I don't think that is a good idea though, because Malians get camels. But yeah, blacksmith coming up, potentially market. Where is the other building? Archery range, okay. So Malians get arbalest, but they don't get all the upgrades. They get ring archer armor for the +3/+4 pierce armor, but they only get bodkin arrow if I'm not mistaken, so they are missing bracer. which means that with chemistry you can potentially get them up to +3, but yeah, not +4. With Chinese, of course, that is not the case. It puzzles me a little bit. Stark is going for archers, but he doesn't seem to be trying to go for any stone income right now. So I'm very curious to see what they're gonna go for. I'm not really sure about Stark's plan. Yes, Malians, Nicov with Malians is not gonna be able to get fully upgraded Arbalest. Stark will, and he will be able to get 2 canoe as well, but he doesn't seem to be going for that. I would say 2 canoe would potentially be the best unit choice for him against Malians. I'm not really sure. So what else? Malians can go for cavalry. They can go for cavalier. Although they don't get blast furnace, they only get iron casting. But Chinese can get camels as well. So if you went for... yeah, there's a bunch of things that they can go for. To be honest, both civilizations are quite versatile. Getting decent knights, getting decent cavalry, cavalier, decent camels, both of them. Malians, of course, getting access to Farimba, which is quite good. And Tiwi as well. I have not seen Tiwi a lot in pro games. So Tiwi makes your TCs shoot 5 arrows, even if they are 5 extra arrows, even if they don't have villagers inside. So it's like a very wide tower, you could say. Anyway, Stark's already in Castle Age, same amount of villagers, which is quite good. So archers coming up. Bosso, he's not going for crossbow just yet. More archers, not going for extra TCs. To be fair, Stark is really on the edge in terms of resources. Nicov has a little bit more. He is going to go for knights. He's going to go for the second TC, and it seems to me like we are noticing a pattern here where Nicov always tries to prioritize eco a lot more than Stark does. Stark really tries to go for 1 TC aggro, and this has not turned out for him in the 2 games that we have seen him do that. I really want to see it paying off here because I want to see more games, but yeah, good thing for Stark though, Nikov's only sticking to 1 stable if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So he's not really going to be able to produce an insane amount of knights. Anyway, crossbow upgrade, about to hit. Only 7 archers though, 7 crossbows. No balking arrow either. These knights are not upgraded for Nicov though. I wonder if he's trying to cause Stark to produce camels. I don't know, I don't think so. Anyway, the 2 knights are already forward for Nicov. Stark's going to go for a monastery. Second TC coming up. Okay, good. Once again though, he was prioritizing military production. As we can see right now, Nikov's already pulling a little bit ahead in terms of villager count. Cheaper buildings, that is good as well, yeah. 15% less wood for buildings. Nicov trying to take all the right steps to defend against the crossbows. Good micro over there, or good awareness for Stark. Ah. Yeah, 2 knights without upgrades are not going to be good. Nikov's not gonna go for any extra military units. That is 10-4 right now. Third TC coming up. Once again, Nikov's probably gonna get away with it. Going heavily into eco. And Stark seems to have switched into eco himself, but I think it's... I'm not sure. Okay, it might not be too late. He's getting the third TC up faster than Nicov, who is only building it, so he should be able to catch up in villager count. But it seems we are going to see an Imperial Age war. Yeah, right now neither player seems to be pushing for a lot of castle units. Scout cavalry. Yeah, not gonna do anything other than scouting at this point. Start collecting relics. Nice. He has not been doing that the last couple of games. Probably the achievements page tipped him into going for relics. Anyway, 2 knights over here, 1 mangonel. The mangonel is not going to go down to the cavalry here from Stark. Oh, the shot here! That is a bad shot! That is a bad shot, and now the mangonel is going to go down. Should be going down. Oh, that's a good shot though. Yeah, that scorpion is potentially going to go down, and I believe this knight might go down as well. That is a very interesting trade, and I think in terms of value that was very good for Stark. Yeah, Nicov almost losing another knight as well. Stark even sending a couple of extra crossbows forward. Interesting. Stark's gonna go for extra relics as well. Taking a look at his base, going heavily into farms. Villager count now 6 higher for Stark, who is outbooming Nicov, interestingly. The blue player with 3 TCs, keeping up production quite nicely. Trying to go into knights now, so I'm gonna try to invest more into military. Let's take a look at this though. Stark's trying to go for this one. Where is it? For this one, but it's kind of risky. Okay. He chose not to. That is a sensible choice. That was great value for Stark. Just fantastic. What is Nicov gonna do with this? I don't think he's gonna do a whole lot. Once again, these knights don't have any upgrades, so they are not gonna tank TC arrows very well. That mangonel is going to be enough. Although with 1 conversion, Stark could potentially get rid of this mangonel. Let's take a look. Stark's gonna start converting. Nikov's gonna react instantly. Gonna go away. If we got 1 conversion, that mangonel could have gone down as well. So Nikov's gonna instantly delete that. Oh, did he lose a knight to arrows? I don't know, it just seemed to me like he just deleted the knight because of the monk being here close by. Okay, the monk's going to go down, another one is going to arrive here though. He's going to get 1 conversion potentially for sure. There we go, 1 conversion. Now this knight should be going towards that mangonel, and I think the value here was about even for both players. So 1 conversion, 1 mangonel down for in favor of Stark, but yeah, losing 2 monks and all the crossbows that he had over there. Wheelbarrow coming up for purple now, and that's going to set him back a little bit in terms of villager count, but still higher than Nicov. So blue finally going for scale barding armor. That is going to, oh look at that, so he just lets the wall finish it. 1 crossbow is going to get converted. That is a little bit of an overkill army for a single crossbow. RIP. I'm not really sure what Stark's doing. I think he's probably using this to scout. I'm not really sure. Potentially. That seems to be the case. He's scouting a little bit now. Anyway, Nicov got the relic from here. There are still 2 relics left on the map. Nikov's gonna try to get both of those. Stark clicking up to Imperial Lich though. Is gonna be in a good position to start going for stronger units very soon. Stark's gonna have to, yeah, go away. It always makes me laugh when Nicov just sends like 5 knights to chase a single unit. But yeah, he needs to protect the monks because he wants to get the relics, so it makes sense. Is it true that Nikov's hate in Italy? I'm not really sure. I think the next was the weak one from earlier. Oh, maybe. It's only fun to think of it like Nicov deleting the knight just because of the monk being there. But yeah, that's probably true. Anyway, Stark's gonna try to go for relics right now. 1 relic for each player. Actually 3 left. There's 1 here as well. I'm not really sure if Nicov has vision of it. Let's see. He doesn't. How about Stark? Oh, he doesn't either. Ah, very unfortunate. Only 1 tile away. I'm not really sure about Nicov hating... Damn it! Allow the vehicles. I'm not really sure about Nicov hating Italy. Stark's gonna go for bloodlines, husbandry, scale barding armor, so we are gonna see a crap ton of cavalier coming. No! Okay, it's going to be heavy camels. interesting. Nicov's gonna go up as well. Gonna go for man at arms, so he's gonna try to make use of the extra pierce armor. I'm not really sure about this. Both get heavy camels, but Malians get Farimba, which is extra damage for cavalry units. Farimba heavy camels, man, are super hard to stop. Okay, this is getting interesting. Nicov's gonna drop a castle here to try and defend the golds. Oh, he lamed his own monk, I think. I'm not really sure if actually... Yeah, if that was actually the monk getting picked up by the scout, but anyway. Oh, look at the amount of camels over here. Nicov was still trying to go for knights. That castle might be getting denied though. 75, 77, 80% conversion coming up. 90%. Nicov might be able to get it up. 95, 97, 98, 99. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. The castle's up. Now heavy camels coming up in plate, barding armor for the +3, +4. Those camels are about to become a huge threat to Nikov's army. So he's going to go instantly for extra barracks, and he's going to go potentially for pikemen. Malians don't get halberdier, but pikemen with extra pierce armor can still work quite nice against this, unless Stark goes for Chukonu. At this point he doesn't have any stone though, and I don't think he is collecting any. Actually, no, 0 stone miners for Stark. So it's going to be Gebettos. Longswords, okay, it's not going to be pikemen, that is good. Longswords are going to be a lot more useful as a general purpose unit. Still, that market might be going down. Gold shaft mining, iron casting coming up for Stark. Stark gets access to blast furnace, which Malians don't. Conscription and two-handed swordsman coming up for Nicov as well. This is going to be an interesting unit choice. I was not really expecting camels from Stark. Malian camels are better, they get good infantry, so they can potentially get countered by pikemen. Unless he was trying to go for Chikanus as well, but he's not going, he's going heavily into camels only. Oh! I thought for a moment that we might see scorpions, but that is not the case. Alright. Oh, this is very weird. I think Stark's expecting Arbalest from Nicov, so he's going for Cat Ram. But yeah, that's not going to be very good against two-handed swordsmen. Very good quick wall for Nicov over there. Stark has a time advantage, that is true. He had the time advantage. Right now, villager count is higher for him, military count is higher for him, but he doesn't have the time advantage anymore, or the take advantage for that matter. Nicov could potentially go for champions. Wait a moment. Yeah, they get champions, right? They have to get champions. What am I talking about? Yeah, they are an infantry civ. Anyway, oh, that trebuchet's going to go down. That is so sad to see. A lot of villagers going down as well. Nicov really struggling to keep up with this heavy camel push. Still going for two-handed swordsmen though. I would probably be switching into pikemen here. GG has been called! And that's the second victory for Stark right now. Oh boys, the series is heating up. The equalizer game, 2-2. And hello by Elo, hello everyone. T90 official. Oh, is that you? I didn't read the username. I have no idea. I would be loving Italy, to be honest. Mostly because I speak Italian. I think he probably does as well. He has an Italian father, right? Or is it just that his Argentinian father lives in Italy? No idea. Still though. Units, KD going in favor of Stark. Perfectly 2-1 KD. Fantastic. Food, wood, stone and gold collection higher for Stark. As for Field Castle and Imperial each time, Stark getting on top. More gold relic from Nicov, and finally there's the timeline for anyone who's interested. We are going to go for the 5th game after this, but guys, give me just 1 minute. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, so take a moment to stretch a little bit, to walk away from the PC yourselves, and we are going to be back. Alright, we are back, boys. And you know what? When I was in the bathroom, so it was a very quick moment, but I realized that I said in this game, if I was st4rk, actually if I was Nicov, I would probably be switching into Pikeman. That is actually not true, and I want to apologize. If I was playing against any of these players, I would have been dead so long ago. So yeah, let's actually jump into the 5th game, shall we? Yes, the giveaway is at the end of the best of series. Anyway, welcome everyone to the 5th game of the best of 11 series between Nicov and st4rk. This time around it's going to be Incas versus Italians, so st4rk playing purple, southwest getting Incas, Nicov playing blue, northeast getting Italians. Mentioning civs, bonuses and stuff, Nicov is going to get 15% cheaper fishing ships, which is not relevant. Going up Aegis is going to be 15% cheaper for him as well, and then he has a dock tax bonus, which is not relevant here either. For st4rk, well, playing Incas, houses can shelter 10 villagers, so you have to build only half as many houses. You start with the free llama. And finally, what is it? Yeah, buildings that cost stone cost minus 15% stone. I believe I'm not forgetting anything. Let me think. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it actually. Oh no, the villagers are affected by blacksmith infantry upgrades as well, so that is quite good. Map generation for st4rk, he is getting the main gold front. Main stone in the front as well, secondary gold, very far away towards the north. 3rd gold, far away to the south, but it's going to be kind of safe, I guess. Secondary stone is very close to that gold as well. This wood line is very far away, he's gonna start taking wood from this one instead in the north. But I think he can potentially go for walls over here. And he should be able to take safely gold and stone from here. We're gonna have to see what he does though. I think he already found all the sheep, he's gonna start taking the boar. As for Nikov's map, he has a 4 main gold. The main stone is towards the south. 2 forward wood lines, so this is potentially susceptible to tower rushing. He doesn't have any back wood, I think. Yeah, I don't think we can call this a wood line. Although second stone is behind the tree line here, third gold is super far away, second stone is not very good either. So yeah, map generation probably going in favor of Stark right now, to be honest. These games took place 2 or 3 days ago, I think 3 probably, but yeah, if you don't want to get spoiled, of course don't go to Bo11 to watch the results. Once again everyone, we are going to be giving away 3 months of gold Bo11 premium after the series, so if you have not joined the raffle just yet, !raffle, for a chance of winning 3 months of gold Bo11 premium. Once again, as well, subscribers are going to get twice as many chances, so that is good. We have had a new subscriber today, which is great, and it's higher than average. So, Incas versus Italians. Well, Italians, being an archery and naval civ, they can go for archers, they get fully upgraded arbalest. In Imperial Age, they get access to the Condottiero as well, which is an anti-gunpowder unit. As for Incas, of course, they get slingers, they get eagle warriors, they get even fully upgraded arbalists. They are a very versatile civilization. Also getting cheaper cost for stone buildings. They can go for towers, they can go for castles, and I believe Nicov is about to lose a villager here. He doesn't have loom, and the eagles are so strong in Dark Age. Almost getting it though. Gonna lose over half HP on that Eagle Scout, but Nicov's gonna manage to save this one. That is good for him. Let's take a look at this. Stark going for the barracks. This seems to look like he's going to go for men-at-arms. He's gonna start taking some gold here as well. Going out to Fuel Age, 9 minutes and 50 seconds. That is not too shabby at all. We're gonna see some militias coming up from here. And it's going to be men-at-arms from the Inca player, potentially men-at-arms as well for Nicov, although he's... okay, there we go, the barracks coming up right now. The possibility of going men-at-arms into archers is real for both. Going for Drush archers is also a possibility for these civs, but they have chosen not to do that. Instead, we are going to see a more traditional game. Nicov's going up with 1 extra villager, and thus 23 seconds later he's going to go for men-at-arms and towers, it seems, although he's not really switching villagers over to stone just yet. So it's going to be 1 tower and then some men-at-arms. Oh, but look at this! He got spotted! Stark got spotted here by Nicov. Both players doing the same. Okay, so do we have any stone miners for Stark? As of right now, 0 stone miners for either player. Okay, let's see the engagement. This is going to be important. We have 1 extra villager for Stark. If he goes for any blacksmith upgrade in Fuel Age, that is going to affect villagers as well, so let's keep an eye on this. We have 3 militias, those are about to become men-at-arms, and that's going to make the fight a lot better for Stark. Going even for the 4th militia, so he's gonna have the numbers advantage! Very much. Nicov going for men-at-arms as well. And that is my cat. Just ruining the hype. Come here. Okay, there we go, engagement starts happening, 1 unit going down, the Eagle Scout over there for Stark. But yeah, he's gonna be pushing all the units away for Nicov, so that is a lot of idle time. He's not gonna be able to drop the tower that he was hoping for. So fast, field times is like 13 plus minutes. Yeah, these guys are quite good, and if you want to practice your up times, I highly recommend everyone who wants to improve that to do the interactive build order guides that you can find on Bo11. mod center made by St4rk. Those are quite good. They have helped me a lot. So yeah, ever since I started using St4rk's interactive build order guides, I have lost 5 pounds, my family is happier, and I landed a better job, so highly recommend it to everyone. 5 Minotaurs here, 1 going down for st4rk, 4 remaining for Nicov, but this should be going in favor of Nicov. Yeah. He has the Minotaurs over here. They are back at his base, so he is going to be able to bring villagers to reinforce this for sure. Although actually Nikov's losing villagers over there to st4rk's villagers. Yeah, the hail advantage is quite important here. As you can see, Nikov's tower is not going to be dealing as much damage to st4rk's villagers as the other way around. Look at that, look at that. That is a lot of damage. Fortunately, the villagers are kind of dodging the arrows though. Five villagers for both. This should actually, at this point, be going in favor of... Oh, st4rk! He missed his chance of getting a villager over here, but yeah, this should be going in favor of st4rk right now, as he is going to be able to repair this without losing as much HP. Yeah, for sure. The tower is going to ungarrison the villagers at under 20% HP, so 100 or 1020 HP. That means that the 204, I believe, 204 HP, the tower just ungarrisons the villagers. But Nicov's doing a good job here. He's debating a lot of the arrows over here, so st4rk's not really taking advantage of his position. He's probably going to lose villagers now. There's going to be 1 down, potentially 2 down for sure. Maybe even 3 as the Minotaurs walk faster than the villagers. He is going to be able to land a couple of free hits over here. st4rk though, not going for any blacksmith upgrades. As of now, he doesn't have a blacksmith actually. But yeah, that is good. st4rk's not gonna lose the villager over there, I think. Yeah, he's not, although he's getting lamed a little bit by his own units. There we go, he's going to save the villager. Still though, count higher for Nicov at this point. 8 extra villagers. Gonna start walling this area as well. With stone walls! Stone walls! Nicov going for horse collar. This is going to be a straight to Castle Age actually. Right? I don't think he's gonna go for scouts. I'm not really sure why he's going for stone walls and stable. Is he gonna try to go for scouts? Well, Italians get good cavalry up until Imperial Age. And yeah, of course we know that American civs are not very good against cavalry, at least not with eagle warriors. Halberdier are still a possibility, but yeah, of course against an archery civ it's going to be a lot trickier. Okay, scout cavalry is going to be interesting choice. st4rk on the other hand, not really doing anything, not really walling, not really going for any other buildings. He's really trying to go aggressive. So yeah, not doing anything back at home, but he's going to try to be aggressive over here. Nikov's going to go instantly for the counter tower. And I think, st4rk, I think he doesn't know that, but, right? Yeah, he doesn't, but he saw this probably with one of the Minotaurs line of sight. Yeah. Oh, that is good. Look at that. Cheeky archer. Not gonna have enough range though, missing fletching. So at this point, if Nicov manages to hold on, he should have the game here. Not only does he have the right units to defend, but also he's gonna be able to go out to Castle Age faster as he has a stronger eco. Oh, I'm not really sure about this. Not really sure about this. HP pool for Nicov is actually not looking very good. The tower might be going up, and with archers, Minotaurs, it's going to be a little bit harder for Nicov to take this one down. st4rk not really microing this very well though. One archer over there, that archer is going to be incredibly annoying once fletching finishes researching.